Hey there, fun little fact about me that may not be so apparent at first glance. I'm a disappointment enthusiast. I love all things anticlimactic, underwhelming, and meh, and I think I'm in for a real treat this week. Oh, that was good. What's that I smell? Empty promises, false hope, virginity? It must be E3 time. It's kinda nice to experience E3 again, even though many are seeing its worth as dwindling with more companies dropping out of it. There's just something about the whole hype and excitement of the week. Now, there was no E3 event last year for reasons that I can't possibly fathom. I don't know, I don't keep in the loop of things. Now, companies still had shit to shill, so of course they each had their own events here and there, and while good, I don't know, it just wasn't quite the same as this big week where we just focus on games. But fear not, as E3 is back this year. However, again, due to circumstances that have completely bypassed me. Oh, apparently some mad fucker ate a bat. This year's E3 conferences were all digital. Now, on the one hand, this could mean the conferences are more refined with few hiccups and actually have them get to the goddamn point. On the other hand though, fuck, I love cringe. The screw-ups and awkward parts are so quintessential to the E3 experience, so should I be worried that this E3 won't have anything like that? No. Well, anyway, we're gonna go through each of the major conferences this year, see what bullshit the industry has in store for us this time round. This is E3 2021, according to me. Starting things off was Ubisoft on June 12th. I felt like an idiot for tuning into their conferences for the past 3 years because of their 2017 showing, you know, the one that was, good, giving me hope that this company could still actually put out some incredibly creative and charming stuff amongst their usual generic shite. Kicking it off with all the spectacle of a depressing, dusty orgasm was a new Rainbow Six game. Essentially what was once a free DLC mode now turned into a full-priced game. Huh. You know, it's bold of Ubisoft to assume gamers have phones. Okay, one, what the hell is this? This is a mobile app to teach people how to play guitar, not a game. Why are they showing us this? And two, how are you taking so long to talk about this? It's an app. Jesus, we're already 25 minutes in. Riders Republic looks like all the generic Ubisoft sports games that no one plays mushed into one in a vain hope that someone will play them. Okay, look, I'm sure there's an audience for this. I'm just not it. Why the hell are we going back to Rainbow Six again? Wouldn't this have made sense to show after the other Siege announcement? Oh no, wait, never mind, it's fine, I can now play it on irrelevancy. I used to think these were the purest form of hell on earth, but now, I kinda miss it. Where's the Wii version? I will be honest, I completely forgot there was an Assassin's Creed game last year. At last, the very thing I play Assassin's Creed for, to not be an assassin, but a regular ass NPC living their shitty, unfulfilling life, doing jobs and learning. Fuck. This is a games conference, why are you showing this? Another look at Far Cry 6, though to be honest, it's looking a little rough. This kinda looks like an early PS4 or Xbox One game. That combined with the fact that they didn't show any new gameplay with 4 months until release, that's probably not good. You know, this would have been such a nice reveal had Nintendo not leaked it themselves right before the conference, you dumbasses. But hey, I'm down for this. The first Mario plus Rabbids, despite the weird as hell concept, was a surprisingly great game, so I'm always up for a sequel. It seems to be taking a bit of a deviation tonally. I'll have to see a bit more, but I just hope it doesn't veer too off into complete disparity. But based on what they showed here, I'm looking forward to it. Oh look, an accurate representation of Ubisoft games.
Thanks to all the teams at Ubisoft for what they achieved, and for always striving to deliver the best possible game experience.
Finally ending it off with the announcement of a new Avatar game. What? Now, I vaguely remember the game based on the first film that people said was apparently quite good. It was just really unexpected as I completely forgot about the movie sequel coming out next year. I mean, hey, it's just nice to see them doing, well, not this shit. So overall, by Ubisoft standards, that was okay. By general E3 standards though, I will say though, it was nice not to have to hear Tom Clancy's name every 3 seconds. Avatar was a neat little surprise, but it was just a shame that the only announcement I had legitimate interest in was leaked beforehand, leaving its whole reveal just nowhere near as impactful or surprising. And good god, that pacing was abysmal. Why did we need 10 minutes of a dev talking after every 2-minute trailer? While yeah, there were a couple interesting tidbits here and there, it was a mainly dire showing overall. So just like every other recent Ubisoft conference. Once upon a time, Microsoft woke up and remembered, oh shit, we have money, and then proceeded to purchase a whole damn publisher. With Microsoft's acquisition of Bethesda, they had a joint conference this year, hopefully meaning that we'll cut out all the typical Bethesda bullshit. Kicking it off on June 13th with Mr. Massive Cock Energy himself, Todd Howard, finally giving us a look at their brand new IP Starfield by only showing a brief CGI trailer that told us jack shit. Leading into Stalker 2, now I've never heard of this series, but my friends I watched the conference with said the first one was pretty good, and I guess the idea of an adventure-based FPS set in Chernobyl is pretty cool. Another look at Back 4 Blood and a look at a new Xbox exclusive developed by Avalanche. That trailer was a whole heap of nothing. I mean, how else to revive a dead game than with a dead film series, of course? I have never played a Yakuza game, is someone gonna fucking explain this? Battlefield 2042 gameplay trailer. Wow, I don't care. Psychonauts 2 looks pretty good. I haven't played the first one, but I'm really into 3D platformers, so I'm sure I'll check them both out at some point. Okay, some more Bethesda games coming to Game Pass. Cool, just please stop trying to sell me Skyrim. Bethesda, no one liked this game and you damn well know it. Why are you making more things for it? Halo Infinite of course gets another look, and yeah, it's a Halo. It's certainly looking better than it did a year ago. I just kinda hope for Halo fans' sake that 343 will finally make a good Halo game. A reveal of a remake of Diablo 2 and a Far Cry 6 gameplay trailer. Why wasn't this at Ubisoft's thing? DLC expansion for Grounded, this game is still in early access. Why are you making DLC for it? A reveal for The Outer Worlds 2 and Forza Horizon 5. This series knows what it is, it does it well, and it looks very nice. Finally, they ended it off with a reveal of a new exclusive from Arcane, Redfall, an incredibly deflating way to wrap it up. I'm sorry, but this just looks like every other generic co-op shooter with this slightly cartoony art style. Nothing at all stands out about it, and it's just a lackluster way to end it all. Those were most of the major things. Now, of course, there were plenty of smaller trailers and announcements littered in. Yeah. Overall though, a decent conference. It was very much an Xbox conference, in line with what they tend to show, but I'll agree this one was one of their better ones in recent years. A couple good reveals, though not anything that I would say was incredibly exciting or surprising, and perhaps too many CGI trailers. However, they kept a good pace, constantly going from trailer to trailer and not dwelling on things too long. But there was one thing missing.
World premiere.
How else am I meant to know if it's a world premiere or an exclusive? Oh yeah, and also one bizarre last minute thing to show off at the very end, an Xbox Series X mini fridge. I will be honest and say this was one of the most interesting reveals, and I would probably be more inclined to buy something like this than an actual Series X.
Hey, let's go,
About an hour or so after the Microsoft and Bethesda conference, Square Enix awkwardly shuffled in to waste 45 minutes of my life. They started off by showing a Guardians of the Galaxy game. Can you hear all the fucks I don't give? This just doesn't look all that great to me personally. The gameplay seems very standard, and it's a bit weird that in a game based off a group of characters, it only lets you play as one. And I mean, no matter how they skip and dance around it, it's undeniable how much they're trying to make the characterization of the Guardians just like the MCU films. It's not even subtle. Oh, finally. Is it just me, or did that last really long? Holy shit, we're halfway through the conference. The first 6 Final Fantasy games remastered and Legends of Mana. I'm sure someone somewhere cares, but it ain't me. Again, barely anyone liked this game. I'm sure they're fully aware of it. But hey, shill away your contractually obligated DLC. They are confidently dedicating a section towards mobile games. I have a jug of bleach at the ready. Another look at Babylon's Fall? Okay, but can you really call saturating a game's color a remaster? Fucking something chaos choke. I don't know, I don't give a shit anymore. And that was their entire show. You know, if only the dictionary had a word to describe it all. Ooh, Christ, that was a flaccid conference. I know most of what Square Enix do isn't really my thing, but I think most can agree that was dog shit. I mean, Square's more recent E3 showings really haven't been anything special at all. I don't get why they still feel the need to even have their own conference each year. Well, now all my hopes of having something to be excited about this E3 all lies in the hands of the company that made video games out of cardboard. Fuck. Finally, we end on Nintendo, who I had the most hopes for, but also knowing full damn well I'd likely be disappointed. I feel like I'm being threatened here. I could not give less of a toss about Smash Brothers, but I'm glad I got to witness Kirby's execution. Wow, it's fascinating that they showed stuff already shown in Square Enix's conference and I still don't give a shit. A brief scissor reel showing off more games, then moving on to Monkey. Hell yeah, the first 3 Monkey Ball games, the best Monkey Ball games remastered. I would just like to thank all the poor bastards who bought Banana Blitz on Switch for allowing this to happen. Well, when you can't come up with a good Mario Party anymore, I suppose the best solution would be to go, yeah, fuck it, just go with the better older stuff. Credit to Nintendo, they apologised for Metroid Prime 4 still not being done by reviving the cancelled Metroid 5 from 15 years ago. Yet another scissor reel of games no one cares enough about to show properly, or as I like to call it, my piss break. Oh shit, WarioWare's back, that's cute. I know nothing about Shin Megami Tensei except that this looks dumb and looks like an early muddy PS3 game. Gonna bust these next few out real quick, don't care, Wii U port, DLC, port, already shown, cartoony tank game. Wait, why is everyone losing their shit over this? Oh, apparently this is Advance Wars, a beloved series. Cool. Finally ending on a section focused around the Legend of Zelda series, some Age of Calamity DLC followed by this $60 joke. They finally revealed the Switch Pro. And of course ending it off with a look at the Breath of the Wild sequel, giving us a better idea at what the game will be like. Fair play Nintendo, though there wasn't much that piqued my interest, I know that there was plenty here that catered to general Nintendo fans. The Monkey Ball remakes, new Mario Party, Metroid Dread, a new WarioWare, Shin Megami Tensei, Advance Wars, apparently this is a big deal, and a long-awaited look at the Breath of the Wild sequel. It seems most fans were satisfied with it and gave them a bit more faith in their 2021 lineup. And with that, Nintendo places a nice band-aid over an otherwise mostly dire weekend. Now to kind of go back on my opening statement for a second, I get that it's nice to have this weekend of excitement for games and all, but especially after seeing this year's showing, I'm starting to wonder if people may have a point about E3's dwindling state. You know, Sony and EA may have made the right move dropping out. Yeah, I know, I'm giving EA credibility. It's dark fucking times. That was, for the most part, one of the most stale and lackluster E3s we've had so far. Ubisoft showed about 2 interesting things max and were plagued by awful pacing and tedious padding. Xbox and Bethesda was a decent conference, especially by both companies' regular standards, though all that they showed was what most expected, with little to no real highlights or any really exciting reveals that we love from these kind of shows. Square Enix I watched with an ever-tightening noose around my neck, and Nintendo had a solid conference. They had a bit for everyone. Oh god, I sound like IGN. No, fuck. I don't know, I do think that the live shows for most of these companies, perhaps bar Nintendo, just works better for an E3 showing. Now, of course, it's completely understandable why it was a digital event this year, but I think this year is very telling that even when it doesn't have the awkward mishaps and mistakes, E3 just does it less and less for me each year. It's evident that companies are proving they can still generate hype and excitement without E3, and it makes me wonder just how much life this event really has left. Well, with E3 over now, I'm gonna have to find a new source of disappointment to fulfill my cravings, so I've started to anticipate that every single day, the Switch Pro will finally be unveiled. We've had 248 gloriously unsuccessful days so far, but I've got a good feeling about day 249.